What's up, buddy? It's what, Jim? And I'm doing a live stream my own once again. And this time it's the top 5 solo Beatles songs and solo Beatles albums. So I'll start with the songs first, and I'll go through what honorable mentions, and I'll go through from number 5 to number 1. And I'll do the same for the albums as well. So I'm looking forward to doing this. I was going to do a different live stream. I was going to do a live stream on Nick's channel, but Nick couldn't make today in the end. So I'll have to do that when I get back today. And this will be the last live show I do before we're going on holiday. And I'm going on a cruise. I'll be gone for a couple of weeks. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to doing this. I've had it on my notes for a while to do this live stream, so we might as well just get into it with my honorable mentions for my top 10 Beatles songs. I'll just... I like to get started. It's just I can hear my mum watching the live stream in the background. But anyway, I'll get to my number 10. So my 10th favourite solo Beatles song, it's a Paul McCartney one, and that's the song Band on the Run. Number 9 is a Ringo Starr song, that's Liverpool Late. Number 8 is a Paul McCartney song, that's Maybe I'm Amazed. Number 7 is George Harrison's All Things Must Pass. And number 6 is John Lennon's Jealous Guy from the Imagine album, which is behind me, next to the Ringo Starr Time Takes Time album. I can't hear myself now, so it's not distracting me from doing this live stream. So I apologise about that awkward silence then. But I might as well go through my 10 to 6 for the albums. Then we'll go through my top 5 for the songs and albums. So at 10 to 6 for the albums, and number 10 is Paul McCartney's Chaos and Creation in the Backyard. And number 9 is an album I've actually reviewed on my channel with Nick and Briar, and that's George Harrison's self-titled album. And number 8 is another George Harrison album, that's Clown 9. 7, we go with Ringo's Ringo album. And number 6 is Flaming Pie, which I did a live stream reaction on my channel. And number 5 is Bound on the Run by Paul McCartney and Flaming Pie. So I just revealed my fifth favourite Paul McCartney album, my 5th favourite solo Beatles album. That's Band on the Run. So I'll be talking a bit about that later. So I'll now get to my top 5 solo Beatles songs. And number 5 is Paul McCartney's, and this is my favourite Paul McCartney solo song, and that is One of These Days. It's a deep cut. It's the last track on the McCartney 2 album from 1980. I've always loved the song. I think it's a beautiful song. It's very, very underrated. There's not much going on instrumentally, but it's Paul's lyrics and vocals that really carry the song. And yeah, I think it's a brilliant one. It's one I never get tired of listening to. My 4th favourite solo Beatles song is my favourite George Harrison solo Beatles song, and that is My Sweet Lord from the All Things Must Pass album. I didn't mention what the album One of These Days is from. But yeah, All Things Must Pass was from 1970, and this is my favourite song from it. It's one of George Harrison's most well-known songs. That I don't think it's overplayed though. I think it's a brilliant song. I love the chorus when it's got loads of different band members joining in. I think Eric Clapton's on that. I think Phil Spector, I believe he produced the song. He was also on it as well. So, yeah, I think it's a fantastic song. My top 3 solo Beatles songs are all by John Lennon. My number 3 is the song Love from the Plastic Ono Band album. Another song from 1970. Yeah, I think this one's beautiful. It's one of John's best ballads, in my opinion. I think the lyrics are fantastic. They're simple but effective, and I love the piano playing he's doing on it as well. And number 2 is Grow Old With Me, which appeared on the Milk and Honey album, but that was after John Lennon sadly died. But yeah, I think it's a brilliant song. It gets me every single time. It gets me even more with what happened to John. But yeah, I think it's a brilliant song. I think it's got excellent orchestration, and yeah, it was the highlight for me on the Give It Some Truth compilation album. But my favourite solo Beatles song, you can see it. I've got the album behind me. That's the title track from the Imagine album, being Imagine. And Imagine is from 1971, favorite year of music. So yeah, I think it's a fantastic song. I never get tired of listening to it. It's John's biggest solo Beatles song he ever did. And yeah, the song is it's quite an important one to me as well, because it was one of the first songs I knew, but also because I bought a bit of the cable that John Lennon used to record the Imagine album. I did the whole YouTube short on that, so yeah, you can find that on my channel if you want. But yeah, I think it's a brilliant song. Never get to listen to it, and yeah, Imagine's my favourite solo Beatles song, and it's one of my favourite songs of all time. I think I might as well go through some of the lyrics now. Like, I think my favourite is uh, imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. That's what's one of my favourites. I've got a lot of favourite lines. You may say we're dreaming, but I'm not the only one. Hope someday you join us, the world live as one. Yeah, I think it's a very anthemic song. Lyrics I think are quite divisive for some people, but I've never really had any problems with the lyrics. It's just John imagining a better life. So they're my top 10 solo Beatles songs. Now I'll get to the top 5. As I should say, my number 10, number 6 were my honorable mentions. But now I'll get to my top 5 solo Beatles albums. And my number 5, I mentioned it earlier, that is Band on the Run from 1973. That's with Paul McCartney and the Wings. So the album starts off with the title track Band on the Run. One of my favourite Paul McCartney songs. It just missed my top 5 solo Beatles songs. It's a fantastic album opener. And then you follow it with Jet, one of Paul's best songs, and yeah, it's a really rocking tune, Jet. Bluebird, that song's growing on me. I never really cared for it when I first heard it. Now I think it's a fantastic song on the album. Not much else to really say about it. I like the relaxing vibe the song has. Then you got the song Mrs. Vanderbilt, which was the first single from the album. And yeah, I think it's a fantastic song. Let Me Roll, it ends the first side. Yeah, the whole first side's perfect. I wouldn't change any of it whatsoever. The second side's nearly as good, but not quite there, in my opinion. Mammonia, I think it's very underrated. I think it could be a little bit shorter, the song, but yeah, I still think it's a beautiful song, though. Then you got the song No Words. To be honest, I've got no words for the song. I can't remember how it even goes. But I remember always thinking the song's pretty great, but yeah, it didn't have to be on the album, in my opinion. Then you got Picasso's Last Words, Drink to Me. This song would be a little bit shorter, but I still think it's a fantastic one. And I think Paul McCartney he wrote this after what happened to the artist Picasso, because Dustin Hoffman wanted Paul to write a song, and he chose to write a song on Picasso, and that became Picasso's Last Words, Drink to Me. Then you got last track on the album, but the North America release of the album as Helen Wheels as last song. But I think Helen Wheels is a fantastic album closer, but I think 1985 is an even better album closer. I think it's become more popular over the years, but beginning with Band on the Run, ending with 1985, which also includes a Band on the Run reprise, it's just brilliant that they do all that. I think Picasso's Last Words even had a reprise of Jet, which was the second track on the album, but appeared in the penultimate track on this album. So yeah, that's my fifth favourite solo Beatles album. But now moving on to my number 4. I've got it behind me. It's my favourite Ringo Starr solo Beatles album, and that is Time Takes Time. By the way, I give Band on the Run a 9.75. All these other ones are a 10 out of 10 for me. This album was released in 1992, and it's got 10 tracks. First of which is Weight of the World. I think it's a very underrated Ringo song. I think quite a lot of these songs are underrated. If you've not heard Time Takes Time, I think you definitely got to listen to this one, especially if you're not familiar with Ringo's solo material. Yeah, I love the lyrics of that one as well. And the second track's my favourite track of the album. That's Don't Know a Thing About Love. I love the chorus, it's very catchy. Got excellent drumming, excellent guitar work as well. But of course, we've got excellent drumming, as Ringo is drumming on this, and He's my favourite drummer of all time. I don't think he's the best drummer, but he's my favourite drummer. And yeah, I love the backing vocals in that one as well. Then you got the song "Don't Go Where the Road Don't Go." One of the rockiest songs on the album, but it's still a really good. Yeah, I think it's still a fantastic song, even though it's one of my least favourites on the album. Then you got the song "Golden Blunders." I think it's an excellent song. Not got too much else to really say about that one. All in the Name of Love. Yeah, I think it's a beautiful song. There's quite a few beautiful songs on this album. That's one of them. So is a song "In the Heartbeat," which is a penultimate track on the album. And another way the album concludes with the song "What Goes Around" as well. But you've also got the tracks "Runaways," which has, I think it's got Harry Nilsson on that one. They got the songs "I Don't Believe You," after all these years. Yeah, I think it's just one brilliant song after one brilliant song, and I think that all these songs are very underrated. So now I'll get to my third favourite, so the Beatles album, going back to Paul. But this one, but it's Paul and Linda with the album Ram, for my favourite year of music, 1971. So, well, now I'll go to the tracks for that one. Starts off with Too Many People, which is sort of, I think it's meant to be a song that Paul's singing against John Lennon, I think. I think it's just a song moaning about John Lennon, really. But yeah, I still think it's a brilliant song, though. You got a song "Three Legs," probably my least favourite song on the album. I still think it's really good, though. Ram On, a short but simple song. But I still think it's brilliant, even though it is quite a short song. They got a song "Dear Boy." It's definitely got a Beach Boys vibe about it. I think it's excellent. Then you got Uncle Albert, Admiral Halsey. Probably one of my favorite songs on this excellent album. It's probably the most well-known song on this album. But it ends with "Smile Away," one of Paul's better vocal performances in that one. Then side 2 opens up with "Heart of the Country." I think it's I think it's a very underrated song. I love the whole country vibe to it. Then you got, I was saying that Paul had excellent vocals and "Smile Away," but the ones on this song, "Monkberry Moon Delight," are just insane. It's in my top 3 probably Paul McCartney vocal moments. It's brilliant. You got some "Eat at Home." I think I like it more and more every time I listen to it. Yeah, I think it's another really good song on this. You got "Long Haired Lady." It's quite a long song on the album. The longest, in fact, it's nearly 6 minutes long. But yeah, I think it does remind me of "Hey Jude" for the Beatles, of course. And then we got the penultimate track being a Ram On reprise. Only 52 seconds, but I still think it's really good, though. Maybe it's probably going to be off the album. That's my least favourite, along with "Three Legs," so maybe get rid of those two. Then you got the final track on the album. My favourite song on the album, one of my favourite, was what was definitely one of the better album closers, in my opinion. That is "The Backseat of My Car." Shouts out to Canadian Stud Muffin. That's one of his favourite Paul McCartney songs. And yes, one of mine too. I think it's just a brilliant way of ending this brilliant album. Yeah. And that's my favourite Paul McCartney solo album. But now we move on to the second favourite solo Beatles album. That is "Imagine," which you can see behind me. From 1971, my favourite year of music. I've said that 3 times already. Start with the title track, my favourite solo Beatles song, "Crippled Inside." I think is fantastic. I love the lyrics in that one. "Jealous Guy," one of my favourite solo Beatles songs as well. Which didn't quite make the top 5. "It's So Hard and I Don't Want to Be a Soldier." I do love those songs, but they're probably my least favourite songs on the album. "It's So Hard" is a bit too bluesy for me. "I Don't Want to Be a Soldier," although I do think it's really good. It's too long. Should be a couple minutes shorter. But side 2, every single song's a 10 on this side. You've got "Chemistry Truth," which is sort of like one of the first rap songs. It's got a killer guitar solo by George Harrison. I love the lyrics in that song as well. Short head, yellow belly, I can't remember what the words are, but there's some really fun lyrics on that. They got a song which is sort of like a jab to Paul McCartney, like what Paul McCartney did with John, with the song Too Many People. John's doing it to Paul with How Do You Sleep? But it's more obvious that John's doing that than Paul doing that for John with Too Many People. But then to stop me from thinking it's a brilliant song, but I only listen to it when it's on, when I've listened to the album though. Then you got the song How, probably the most underrated song on here. I think it's beautiful, but how could I forget the track Oh My Love? That one's even more beautiful. It's one of John's best ballads. And the album ends with Oh Yoko with an excellent harmonica solo. But yeah, I think it ends on a very positive note. I think all these songs are brilliant, but yeah, I don't want to be a soldier. Could be a bit shorter, but it's so hard. It's a bit too bluesy for me. But now I move on to my favourite solo Beatles album, and my next video on my channel is my top 5 debut albums. This one appears in it, but it's All Things Was Passed by George Harrison. That's my favourite solo Beatles album. It's his third studio album, but first post-Beatles. The first 2 instrumental albums, though. I'm not counting them, personally. I've not even heard them all the way through. Just heard bits of them. So, yeah. I won't give too many thoughts away on this album, as I'll talk about it in my top 5 debut albums. But released in 1970, and I'll briefly talk about. We'll go through all the tracks I got. I'd Have You Any Time, My Sweet Lord, Wah Wah, Isn't It a Pity version 1, What Is Life If Not For You, Pilot Locked Door, Let It Down, Run of the Mill, Beware of Darkness, Apple Scruffs, Ballad of Sir Frankie Crisp, Waiting on You All Things Has Passed, I Dig Love, Art of Dying, Is It a Pity version 2, and Hear Me Lord. I'm not counting the third disc, but it's got the songs Out of the Blue, It's Johnny's Birthday, Plug Me In, I Remember Jeep, and Thanks for the Pepperoni. We've got Leonard here. Hello, Leonard. My favourite solo albums are 5 Ringo. Great to see that in your top 5. 4 Man the Run, 3 Ram. 2 on the match. We've got the same. Wow, we've got the same top 3. We've got the same 3 favourites in a different order, except for Ram. Both have Ram as our number 3. But thanks for sharing your ranking, Leonard. The top 5 solo Beatles songs. But I'll go through my favourite songs for All Things Has Passed. That would be I'd Have You Any Time, My Sweet Lord, Isn't It a Pity, What Is Life If Not For You. So there's so many fantastic songs. Pilot Locked Door, Run of the Mill, I'm Waiting on You All, Things Was Passed, and then Hear Me Lord, 2020, the second disc. Yeah, brilliant. It's a brilliant album. My 7th favourite album of all time. I imagine it's my 9th favourite album of all time. But there you go. My top 5 solo Beatles songs with honourable mentions, and same goes for the albums. And after this live stream, please let me know your thoughts on my list, as well as let me know your list. Top 5 solo Beatles songs and albums. I want to do this for a while, and I'm glad I was able to finally do this. But I won't leave the live stream. I won't conclude the live stream yet. I will do so in a couple of minutes, though. I'm just gonna wait until maybe might get more comments in the chat, but I'm just gonna wait a couple more minutes before I conclude this. But I'm looking forward to going on a holiday. I'll be doing a vlog video on when I go then. When I go there, when Wednesday will be the debut albums video. The video after that will be the video. Yeah, a couple of weeks after that. I know I'm doing a video every couple of weeks now, but the video after that, after debut, is going to be another Zoom interviews. This time I'm interviewing Ringo Starr and Weird Al on the EP they're making together. But this is all fictional. I'm not really making an EP. I'm not really interviewing them. In the video, I'm pretending I'm interviewing them. I've done it for Morgan Freeman, Tom Hanks, and before then I did it for Paul McCartney. That's just a dog amber coming in my room. But I've not really got too much else to say, to be honest. I've got quite a few albums still to listen to. I've recently been getting into Creedence Clearwater Revival. Soon I'm going to listen to all their albums. I'm also going to be listening to all the Eagles albums as well. I know Rich Strickler would be happy about that. They're one of his favourite bands. But I'll probably conclude the live stream now. Thanks everyone for watching. I appreciate if you give this video a like, and if you're not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do so. I'm trying to get 600 subscribers before we get to holiday. I'm on 599. Only one sub away. Only one sub away. I'm not gonna reveal what I have planned when I get to 600, but expect a couple of celebration videos for that. But thanks for watching. Peace and love, and ciao.